Welcome back to Laughing in the Dark, the podcast where I hang out in haunted places with comedians. I'm your host, Sara Jones. For this episode, I got to hang out with the very funny and very charming Amanda Lynn Deal. Amanda Lynn Deal is a West Coast native who got her comedy start at her first open mic in Portland, Oregon in 2012. Since then, she spent 4 years in Chicago studying improv at the Second City and touring with her improv group, the Chuck Charlies. She has produced numerous showcases in Chicago, such as Silly Goose, Ego Trip Club, and a sketch improv stand-up show called Secrets, Lies, and Alibis. After spending a year touring the country in her converted school bus, she is now anchored back in Portland. Deal was a semi-finalist in 2017's Portland's Funniest Person contest and is currently part of the Cramps Feminist Comedy Collective, producing a weekly podcast, sketches, and web content. You can check them out at crampscomedy.com. Amanda and I went to the Pied Cow Coffeehouse together. The Pied Cow Coffeehouse is an eclectic little restaurant on Southeast Belmont Street that is an old, beautiful home with interesting art on the walls and all over the place, and has a gorgeous backyard filled with interesting artifacts where you can get hookah and hang out. We had so much fun exploring this beautiful and haunting little place. Check it out. All right. How do you feel? Are you excited?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna take some more pictures. Holy shit, this place is full of spooks. There's like no shortage. Like everything is so beautiful here, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. The first thing I usually like to do is try to describe to listeners where we are.
Okay.
I mean, how do you describe this? Okay, so this is like a Victorian house. Mm-hmm. It looks like a haunted house already.
Yeah, the outside looks very haunted.
The outside looks haunted, the inside looks haunted. Mm-hmm. We're in a beautiful, eclectic, decorated, haunted house called the Pied Cow Coffeehouse. The vibe is great.
Yeah.
I mean, creepy and beautiful, and I mean, eclectic is really the best word I can think of for it.
There's like a shrine of some kind you were taking a picture of over there?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
I
it
don't
is,
know what
but
that's
it looks cool.
but I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, how do you describe this place? There's a good feeling being here. It's very, like, there's a lot of history here. Mm-hmm. There's a lot on the walls, a lot of pictures, beautiful lamps everywhere, and candles lit on every table. And we smoked some hookah outside, and it was amazing.
Big, beautiful patio.
A big, beautiful patio with music, and this is a cool spot to hang out. Like, I will definitely be back here.
Me too, now I know it's here,
Yeah, and I mean, both Amanda and I talked about when we got here, we were like, well, this is like a place I'd hang out with my buddies from high school. Mm-hmm. This is where we would go.
Yeah.
This is the place to go. In fact, I feel like this is going to be one of those places that if people come visit Portland, like, well, let's go meet at the Pied Cow Coffeehouse.
Yeah.
That's a good jump off point. Mm-hmm. It's like the perfect blend of Portland being weird, but not like the commercial weirdness of Portland. It's really just very genuine and very weird and spooky and creepy and beautiful.
Yeah, the food looked good too. They have a lot of like Middle Eastern food. I'll definitely be back. Smoke some hookah, eat some food. Some coffee.
Definitely. Get a
spend some time.
Hummus platter or something. Yeah, this is the place to do it. This is an awesome place. Cool. And it has an awesome history.
Yeah, I'm excited to know about that.
And I can tell you by candlelight. This
I know.
Amazing.
It's magical. If you need a phone light, I can light you too.
But that's
candlelight
what I usually do.
Much more dramatic.
But candlelight, it's just so. In fact, we can just like make a little shrine.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound perfect? We'll put it back because we're good people.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we are sitting at a table right at the entrance of the Pied Cow Coffeehouse. So right as you walk into this Victorian house that's been turned into a coffee house and a hookah bar and like a Middle Eastern restaurant, as you turn to the right, there are couches and this comfortable sitting area with candlelit tables, and that's where we're sitting right after close. Nobody's here in a dark, haunted house.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here with Amanda Lynn Deal, and I'm about to scare the shit out of her.
Oh, I'm so ready. I wanted to ask about this all night.
So this house that we're sitting in is known as the Havley House.
Havley?
Havley with a V.
Okay.
Havley. Before I get into the story, I'm going to do a rundown of my sources just to cover all my bases here.
Okay.
So I looked at www.pdxstreetart.org, oaks.nvg.org, the Portland Mercury, the Willamette Week, the www.week.com, Willamette Weekly. You've heard of it.
Yeah.
There's a book called Ghost Stories from the Pacific Northwest by Margaret Reed McDonald. Another book called Haunted Places, the National Directory by Dennis William Hawk. Like 90% sure that's how you pronounce his last name.
How's it spelled? Is it spelled crazy?
Hauck.
Yeah.
Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong. Usually am. Great. So this house is known as the Havley House. It was built in 1893 by J.C. Havley, who was a railroad tycoon. The style of the home is known as Queen Anne vernacular style, which is a popular design at the time. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like how you would imagine a haunted house to look.
Yeah.
Is how this house looks. Like it's like what you see in like cartoons, like Scooby-Doo, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
The Havley House hosted Southeast Portland's suffragette meetings, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
In the early 1900s. Later in the late 1960s to early 70s, two men named Ben Milligan and Jerry Boscow, Ben and Jerry,
what?
Not that Ben and Jerry, but a different Ben and Jerry. They ran a restoration business called the Victorian Facades out of this house. So Ben and Jerry did a lot of work restoring the house, including the stained glass in the front doors.
Oh.
Which
I wonder... on top of the windows, too. There's some stained glass.
Yeah, there's some stained glass on top of the windows. I don't know if maybe that was their work or not. I took a picture of the front doors, so if you're interested, take a look at the Instagram. That's Ben and Jerry.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Not that Ben and Jerry. Different Ben and Jerry. So they installed the stained glass for their friends Carolyn, Charmin, and Sheris, who are three sisters who wanted to open a restaurant. And Ben and Jerry gave them this space to do so. So the restaurant was called Buttertoes Restaurant.
Buttertoes?
Buttertoes. So people from Portland who grew up here might remember going to Buttertoes when they were kids. But it was open here from 1979 to 1989. Buttertoes Restaurant had a very whimsical feel to it. Menu items were inspired by old family recipes and named after fairy tales. Like the Little Red Riding Hood sandwich.
Cute.
Was featured, yes. And the Lorelei shrimp salad. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. The Lorelei shrimp salad. Do you know what a Lorelei is?
No.
Neither did I. So I looked it up. So the Lorelei is an old German legend, very similar to sirens from Greek mythology.
Okay.
Have you heard of those? Okay, so Lorelei was said to be the name of a beautiful Nixie, which I didn't know what the fuck that was either.
Nixie, yeah, it sounds like a minx or something.
Very close. In German folklore, it was a shape-shifting water spirit.
Oh.
A Nixie.
Oh.
So Lorelei was the name of one, I guess. So Lorelei was said to sit high on a rock over the Rhine River, which is like off of the coast of Germany, which I didn't know. Like I had to look up because I don't know anything about geography. Great. And so Lorelei would sit high on a rock and enchant men with her songs, serenading them with her sad, sweet melodies, mesmerizing them so that they lost control of their boats and would crash into the rocks on shore. So exactly like a siren.
Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't know what that meant, so I had to look it up, and it's kind of a cool story.
Yeah, that is cool.
So that's like another one of their items was the Lorelei shrimp salad, and it just had like a very like fairy tale, whimsical feel.
That's
which
cool.
Like being in here, you're like, that fits.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So anyway, the sisters who ran Buttertoes Restaurant, they loved fairy tales, and they brought a bit of that magic and charm into this place. So they would even dress up and put on productions for their friends right outside of here.
That's cool.
One of the sisters who like owned the restaurant, all three of them owned it and like ran it. but one of them actually went on to do like a children's theater group outside of Portland.
Oh.
So like it was like they were all about that, and it just sounds like a really cool place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was when this restaurant was in operation in this house where the ghost of who they called Aunt Lydia was first seen. She's described as a woman with dark hair pinned up, wearing a frilly, high-collared dress and black shoes. Though she's often described as being a friendly spirit, her presence has made many people uncomfortable. So one waitress actually quit because of Lydia, and the sisters who owned it admitted that they didn't like being alone here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And here we are. Welcome to Laughing in the Dark.
Oh my God.
This is what I do. So tenants who lived upstairs, and there are still tenants that live above us. Like we can hear them kind of walking around and doing stuff. The owner and his girlfriend live right above us. So, you know, they're probably listening to our story right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so tenants who lived upstairs in the apartments have also had strange experiences, including strange dreams, which I wish I had more details on, but that's all I read.
Yeah.
So I'm like, tell me more.
Yeah, what are those dreams?
But I guess, like, use your imagination. So later, a psychic came to Buttertoes and confirmed Lydia's presence. After 10 years, the sisters sold Buttertoes to the owners of the Pied Cow Coffeehouse, which is what it is now.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, include descriptions of location and food/hookah.
And we did.
The hookah was amazing.
It was.
We really
Strawberry
enjoyed
mint.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we got strawberry mint.
Yeah,
it
delicious.
was amazing. Okay. And actually, I think the atmosphere here is what sells me on it the most too. Like, it just feels good to be here.
Yeah,
Even though it's haunted as shit.
yeah. Yeah. It's different when you're alone.
Yeah, in the dark after close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it gets really fun.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked.
Wouldn't it be cool if we saw Lydia?
Oh, I know. I was
like,
thinking that while you were talking about it.
That's her.
I know.
There she is.
I know. I'm like, oh my God.
That would be amazing.
It would.
So according to numerous accounts, Lydia is still spotted at the Pied Cow Coffee House. Servers have reported eerie feelings of being watched or followed. One server named Zachary Schauer, Schauer. Your
That sounds
thoughts?
right. That sounds like it.
Sure,
Like a
maybe?
German name
Maybe
for
it's
sure.
Cher?
Yeah. Well,
Zachary
I'll call him Zachary.
was a server here at some point. Maybe he still is. We didn't meet him tonight. He told the Willamette Week that, is it the Willamette Week or the Willamette Weekly?
That was weekly, but I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was too.
Okay.
But I mean, looking at the website, I guess I just wrote Willamette Week. I mean, I must have said that for a reason.
Yeah.
Whatever. We all know it in Portland. The
We know it.
Willamette Week
Or the Willamette.
Weekly is like a very popular newspaper that we see at every bar.
Yeah.
And we only see the two W's really in the logo.
Yeah.
So Zachary told the Willamette Weekly that he's seen her, but generally found her to be underwhelming.
Oh.
I
Alright,
love
Zachary.
Zach, by the way. Like, I haven't met this person,
Yeah.
but when I read what he had to say, I was like, this guy's fucking rad. I mean, do you think I can call him Zach?
Yeah,
It
sure.
only said Zachary, but like, I feel like we're friends.
Yeah.
Like, we go way back. So he said Lydia was boring, and I'm gonna quote him here. He said, "I saw her at the end of a really long shift. I just didn't give a shit and went upstairs." Zach. He goes on to say, "It's a pretty typical young Catholic girl in a white dress kind of deal."
He's like, just a basic ghost, not a big
He's
deal.
like,
Not scary,
What do you
just
think
hanging
of
out.
when you think of a ghost? That's what it was. Who gives a shit? I had a long shift. I have to smoke a cigarette and go to bed.
Yeah.
So Zach is rad. But everyone else is creeped out as fuck by Lydia because she's a girl in a white school dress or, church dress.
Yeah.
That's creepy to most people. Not Zach.
No, he doesn't care.
No, Zach doesn't care.
Is it like a woman or like a young girl?
So what's interesting is I was just talking to the owner and two other employees here, and I kind of talked to them about what they've seen. They were talking about how people either see a woman in a white dress or a girl in a white dress.
Interesting.
So I wonder if it's not the same spirit showing up in different ways.
Forms, or different ways.
Like different ages,
or
something. So there's many short, random encounters of Lydia. She's been known to disappear as someone watches her, which is interesting. Just seeing someone then disappear.
Yeah.
She'll brush past people, turn on taps, cause bells to ring, and even has been known to play peekaboo or catch.
Huh.
So she's playful.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a good ghost.
Yeah.
You know? And it seems like she really probably loved the atmosphere of the, like, children's theater that was
Yeah,
here.
the Buttertoes.
Because, like, the sisters would, like, put on productions, and it seems like she really, identified with that and, like, fit right into it and joined it. She's been known to tap people on the shoulder or tug at people's sleeves, and upstairs has been known to cause rocking chairs to rock.
Oh.
Yeah. Some people have seen Lydia's full body apparition, but sometimes only her top half appears, or people only see her black old-fashioned shoes.
Oh.
Which is interesting. I read that Lydia tends to dislike jokes being told about her.
Oh. Well, no pressure. Won't do it. Don't worry, Lydia. We're good.
Or that she likes to go out of her way to show herself to non-believers.
Oh. I already believe. I wish I didn't, so I should show up. I mean, I don't believe Lydia, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm playful, so maybe she's game.
Yeah.
So that's what I have on Lydia. Now that we're here, do you want to walk around and kind of check the place out?
Sure. I'm, like, curious to know, like, what happened to Lydia. Like, why is she not here?
So one of the employees here was just telling me that he heard that she died falling down the stairs.
Oh.
And he said someone came in and, like, said that. But I don't know who Lydia is or how she died. But I know that she's been here for a very long time.
Yeah.
And everyone that I've talked to that works here tonight has been like, oh, yeah, I've seen things in the corner of my eye, or I've felt someone watching me, and I know people that have seen her, and she's very much still here. So I was thinking maybe we could blow out these candles and walk around.
In the dark.
In the dark. What do you think about that?
Not gonna say I'm not a little scared, but because it's a friendly ghost, I feel less scared. If it was like
playful.
A shitty ghost, I would be super uncomfortable with that idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is, a big part of the show. So, oh, fuck. My little puffball.
Oh, it's right behind you.
Oh, it is. Lydia. She's already up to her tricks.
All right.
So we can turn off this light, maybe. Yeah, yes, we can. Also kind of help them out a little bit, make it a little easier to close up. And kind of walk around. Maybe grab my phone so I can take some pictures and stuff.
Yeah. This shrine is super interesting. I have no idea what it's for, what's going on there. I wonder if this, maybe not. I was wondering if this was part of, like, the previous owners, or if they made it for the pied cow.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be just aesthetic, but,
It also looks like stairs.
The doors with the stained glass that Ben and Jerry did.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Ben and Jerry.
Good men. How do you feel?
Good. I was, like, nervous in a fun way, I guess, when you talked about, the ghost. So now, but knowing that it's friendly, I feel much better.
Yeah.
If it was like, this ghost fucks with people and is a dick, I'd be like, oh my God. Nope, let's keep all the lights on and not move. These, like, fish right here are really cool in the doorway. And I'm, like, wondering if there's stuff that's from the Buttertoes. Like, if there's any, like, fairy tale kind of, like, sculptures or artifacts left from that.
Well, it almost seems like the place has kind of, like, maintained the integrity of that, like, whimsical nature.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool chandeliers and stuff here, too.
Yeah, this is a really cool chandelier.
Yeah, with the flowers on it. Really beautiful. I'm curious what happened with the server that had to quit. Like, what was their experience? It was just so weird. They just felt uncomfortable all the time? Or if they had, like, a thing that, like, made them be like, nope, not anymore.
From what I understand, I think that server just felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And felt like there were people watching her.
I don't know. I want to know more about Lydia.
I do too. It's really cool to just be in an old home because there's just so much history here.
Oh yeah, learning about that was really fascinating. The butter toast stuff sounded really wonderful, like the plays and stuff they do. Because I have a lot of sisters, and we are like homeschooled. My family moved to India to start a church when we were kids.
Whoa,
Yeah.
where in India?
Chennai in southern India.
Okay.
So like my oldest sister Naomi was kind of like, she's always been very creative, and she would like kind of direct plays and stuff like that we would do. So just like that, when you told me that story, I was like, oh, that sounds like it was really cool. Like a bunch of
it
sisters.
reminds you of your sisters. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea that like Lydia seemed to kind of get into the nature of what this place was and would play along with it.
Yeah.
She's like making the most of her afterlife.
Yeah.
In this house, the Havley house.
What a cool place to haunt.
This is a very cool place to haunt. Yeah, Lydia's killing it.
There's a ghost Yelp review, like 5 stars, best place to haunt.
Best place to haunt. She's like, why are some spirits so vengeful when you could just play fucking catch?
Yeah. I wonder what makes, like, there's a lot of people's different, like, theories and stuff on, like, what makes a spirit, like, haunt a place. Sometimes it's, like, in horror movies, it's, like, unfinished business, you know, like they were murdered horribly or something crazy happened. So they're, like, trying to get closure or revenge or something. But when it's like, oh, yeah, the ghost is pretty chill, it's like, what happened then? They just wanted to hang out? Like, there's something that just made them want to stay? Or, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like, even when you think about, like, the vengeful spirit, it's probably because they are so heavily attached to that memory.
Yeah.
And it's strong for them because they're angry. But spirits like Lydia, they could be so attached to this place because they so loved it here. Yeah. And maybe she's really happy with what's been done to it. Like butter toast sounds like it was rad, and the Pied Cow Coffeehouse is amazing.
Yeah.
This is a cool ass place. Like, and if Lydia lived in this house and died in this house, she sounds like she was real impressed with butter toast, and she's obviously still around, so she must be loving what they're doing with the Pied Cow Coffeehouse. And from everything that we've seen tonight, the people here are awesome. Yeah. The atmosphere is awesome. It's definitely haunted as shit, but in the best way, by a spirit that I feel like they choose to be here. I like to, in like haunted houses, kind of like look in the windows and mirrors.
Oh, I was doing that too. I was a little scared at first.
You can't find something to like see someone standing there. Here's more stained glass too.
Yeah. You ever done a Ouija board before?
No, we should have brought one tonight.
I know, right? I've never done it either. I've always been scared.
Well,
but I mean, this sounds like it wouldn't be as scary.
Oh, this would be the best place to use one. Fuck. Wish we thought of that first.
Definitely coming back here to get some food. They have a quiche special that sounds delicious.
Oh, really?
Asparagus,
that sounds good.
scallion, and feta.
Oh my god, damn. I love feta and I love quiche.
It's like, this is a place that should have a Ouija board, right? It kind of fits the vibe.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I definitely want to shine some light on this shrine because there's like so much to look at in here. And it's like on stairs.
I took a picture when it was still lit.
But it's on like a stairway, see? Is it just a stairway that goes to nothing? Or
that guy said that she might have died on the stairs. Oh. So this could have been where Lydia died, possibly.
And it's like, does it go all the way up? Like, do the stairs just end there? And there's no, like, the people who live upstairs, there's another stairway they use? Yeah, isn't this trippy? I was looking at it in the dark, and I was, like, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, those are totally stairs leading somewhere.
There's, like, coins down here in the very bottom step. There's, like, mannequins. One of them looks hella creepy. It's a little kid mannequin. Not a fan of that one. That one's, like, a woman with a boat head, which reminded me of the siren kind of thing you were talking about. Yeah, the Lorelei. Lorelei, yeah. I wonder if this is the stairway, and that's why it's kind of a shrine.
That could be.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I kind of wish we could go up that stairway.
Oh my god, it's so pretty. I I want something like this in my home. Is that weird?
No, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It does have a very beautiful and eerie feeling
I
to
agree.
it at the same time. Like, I can't look away.
There's
but
so much
also,
to look at, too. Like, that hand holding something. Like, it's just so cool.
And they just, like, find artifacts.
This is, like, an artist put this stuff together that just found stuff that they are inspired by and made it. Oh, yeah, that's the boat woman you're talking about right there. I see what you mean.
Yeah, when you first walked by it, I was like, huh.
Totally reminds me of the Lorelei.
Oh man, I want to know what's on the top of those stairs so bad. Is that a roof? It's like the red part, so the stairs get cut off?
Could be.
I want to know more about these stairs.
It could be like the attic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you like pull the attic part down.
Yeah.
Or in this case, maybe push it up. I mean, it probably just leads to the apartments upstairs.
Super interesting.
Wouldn't it be nuts if like you went up there and you opened it and there were just bones?
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's just Lydia's bones.
Oh my god.
That would be rad.
There's like a pharaoh back there. Is that like mermaid looking things? That's interesting. It's got a little camera.
So the shrine is really just a collection of found artifacts that are fascinating.
On a staircase that goes to maybe an attic.
On a staircase that goes to nowhere as far as we know.
Yeah.
Which is itself creepy. But
There was another set of stairs like in the kitchen that I was like kind of looking at. I didn't explore very much. It looked kind of weird. I didn't know if it went up to the apartments. Probably does.
it probably does.
Okay.
I think this is the back door. It's
That's
employees
creepy.
only.
When I first saw that, it kind of scared me because it looks like it's like haunted.
Good
Like
news,
scratch
it is.
pen. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. You go this way.
Yeah, well, because he locked us out of the front.
Oh, okay. There's like a bed post that's like the gate. It looks like an old, doesn't it?
It does look like a bedpost, actually. So, I'm thinking,
Nice, creepy, eerie, rusty gate noise.
do you want to hang out right here and recap our experience a
Sure.
little bit?
I'm just admiring the house. It's so beautiful.
Isn't it a beautiful house?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Man, we should have brought a Ouija board. That was a really good idea. The thing about it is that you could totally feel like there's like a hominess to being in there. It very much feels like I've never been in there before. Maybe once when I first moved here, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
What I love about being in there, it kind of keeps, like, I moved to Portland almost 7 years ago. And when I first moved here, the like charm of this city was still very much like, I mean, discovered, but not fully discovered. Like Portlandia had literally just come out or was coming out when I first moved here. And I really fell in love with that eclectic strangeness of Portland. And I really feel like the Pied Cow Coffeehouse encapsulates that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's two different feelings. It's one, someplace that's unique and interesting and creepy, and another place that is, it feels like home and it's welcoming and it's positive. You know, even the ghost that haunts the place is just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, it's like whimsical and fun.
Like a fairy tale. Yeah.
Learning the history was a lot of fun. It gave it like even more magic because even just going there for the first time was like, oh, this is super cool. And then learning about it was also really awesome. And like the women's suffrage like meetings you said,
The suffragette.
Yeah. No, I remember like getting creeped out when you were talking about the ghosts. Like, I don't know if it was just like my nerves getting to me, but like feeling like uneasy, like there was someone else in there with us. And then like when you first were like, let's turn off the lights and walk around, I was like, oh fuck no, Sarah, no. But then I was like, Amanda, chill. Like, it's a cool ghost. That Zach didn't even give a fuck about it. He was like, whatever.
Zach could not be less impressed with Lydia. He was like, yeah, I saw her. Who
What about
gives a
it?
shit? I don't care. He's like, listen, it was a long night.
Yeah.
Like, that would make my life. Like, I would finish the shift and be like, there's a fucking ghost here.
Yeah, dude. People said they felt uncomfortable or being watched, but no one said they felt like unsafe or like threatened. So that made me feel a lot more open to walking around. And that shrine thing is nuts. I could stare at that all day.
Oh, yeah. And it's, for listeners, if you live in Portland or if you're visiting, if you go to the Pied Cow Coffeehouse, right when you walk in the front doors, to the right, you will see a shrine. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I mean, dude, you don't even have to be high. Like, just sit there and stare at it.
There's a table
so
right in front of it. You
at.
could sit at that table and just, like,
you could
stare
sit
at
that table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your quiche.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Check
We're
that
back
shit
to
out.
that. Yeah.
You don't even have to, you can be alone and have a great time. Mm-hmm. Or if you're with someone you don't feel like talking to, you have something to entertain you for at least an hour. I could look at that thing for a while.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that it was on a staircase and she died falling down the stairs, so many thoughts running through my head. I was like, was this the staircase? Is that why it's a shrine?
I don't know if that's how she died.
Was it?
That's what I hear. What I like to do with like finding the history of the places and talking about the spirits is I like to do them justice. Mm-hmm. Be like, this is what this person did, and this is what they were about. I was hoping Lydia would play with us a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wondered if she wasn't just like beaming with pride.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. I loved Butter Toast.
Yeah.
And I do love the Pied Cow Coffeehouse because it's just as whimsical and magical. It seems like that vibe has really followed the house.
Yeah.
And I love that, like we're sitting on a bench right next to the Pied Cow Coffeehouse, staring at an apartment complex right across the street. But this house is the same as it was when it was built. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of houses in Portland like this that they have just maintained the integrity of when building a house was an art form. Yeah. And it was an expressive art form. Versus like when you go through like a suburb and every house is like the same cookie cutter. Yeah. You know, I at one point lived in a neighborhood growing up where my buddy who lived like, you know, a few houses down from me, I knew where everything was because his house was laid out the same way as mine was. Yeah. You know? Yep. And, but places like this are so cool to be in because it's like there's just so much passion and love put into that place, you know?
I'm curious what this area looked like when it was first built, too.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess it would have been 1893. Wow.
Damn.
So it's 2018. Carry the one. That's 125 years old?
That sounds right. I didn't do the math, I'm not gonna lie. Someone listening might have, but I didn't do the math.
Fucking dumbass. You know, but it's an old ass house. It's over 100 years old. Yeah. And it's gorgeous. You know, Ben and Jerry did a little restoration on it. Killed it.
Be cool if Ben and Jerry's ice cream named a flavor.
For just Lydia?
Yeah, for the Butter Toast.
Oh yeah.
Butter Toast coffee.
What would the flavor be?
Butter Toast makes me think of like
Butterfingers?
Yeah, Butterfingers, or like my first thought was like little like garlic knots, or little like, you know, like a little round like appetizer bread thing. It's got like it's buttery and it's got some cheese on it. It's kind of savory. That's what I thought.
Put in an ice cream?
No, that wouldn't go in ice cream. Maybe.
I mean, maybe a salt and straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do like, you know, salted caramel's a thing. I don't know.
Well, no, like salt and straw, they do all kinds of like, they're like olive oil flavored. And
what? I've never been there. I've only heard about it.
It's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can go in and they like let you try samples of all their flavors, and they have like lavender and olive oil is like surprisingly good.
Yeah, that sounds super weird, but no, could be good. Never had it.
They were doing like bacon on ice cream before that was cool. But yeah, I think Ben and Jerry, the ice cream people, need to hop on the Havley House.
Yep.
Hook up with the Pied Cow.
Yep. Be coffee flavored ice cream with little like crunchy balls that maybe have a little salt on them. They're little butter balls and like a coffee. That'd be good. I'd eat that. I definitely eat that.
Yeah. Or they could go with the idea of the Pied Cow coffee house. And it's cow, so it's dairy. It's already like ice cream.
Already there.
But they could mix like pie flavors.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Pied Cow. Coffee beans. That's great in ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Let's call Ben and Jerry.
No, I'm great. I already have a conference with them later. I'll make sure to pepper this in. But yeah, what a cool place. You know? I just love that, like, with, like, new Portland coming in and, like, everything kind of changing and, like, all the rent is going up and buildings are being put up and whatever, and everyone's, like, fucking depressed about it. I think the Pied Cow Coffeehouse is, like, one of those places you can still go to feel what it feels like to first move to Portland.
Yeah.
You know?
Some history.
And some magic.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely full of magic.
It's cool. I like places like this. These are, like, the types of places I like to hang out, you know? This is, like, a great place to sit and tell a ghost story. But to sit and tell stories, it's, like, the place to do that. And no wonder Lydia wants to hang out still.
Yeah.
You know?
I would.
I would too.
I'd haunt the shit out of this place.
Yeah. We should have made some jokes about Lydia in there.
I know, she didn't like that. That made me really uncomfortable.
Really?
When you said that, I was like, oh, fuck.
I was like, welcome,
Don't
comedian.
make jokes. Yeah. I'm going to bring a comedian to the place where the ghost doesn't like jokes about her. I was like, well, I'm not saying anything.
You should have.
I know, I wanted to kind of.
rile her up a little bit.
I wouldn't even know what I'd say. Am I roasting a ghost?
Looking in that window, waiting to see if she's gonna show up.
Right?
But what would you say to roast her?
I don't know. How do you roast a ghost? I don't know anything about her. You gotta know someone to roast him, I feel like.
Well,
Lydia fell down the stairs. So she had bad balance. I don't know. Like, what the fuck would I say?
actually, someone said she was clumsy.
Really? Well, she
Yeah.
fell down the stairs.
Clumsy ass Lydia. You know.
People say like, she like will tug on your shirts. Maybe she's like falling over a lot.
She's like, hey, sorry.
Oh god.
She's brushing past people. Like, fuck.
She's just bumping into people. Didn't tap you on the shoulder. I just almost fell and needed to catch myself.
Hey, help me out. I'm a ghost.
Lydia the clumsy ghost.
Clumsy ass ghost. We hope you enjoyed your visit at the Pied Cow Coffeehouse with Amanda and I. If you're ever in the Portland area, be sure to check this place out. It's such a cool spot. Don't forget to check out Cramps Comedy on crampscomedy.com, featuring a weekly podcast, sketches, and web content. Follow Amanda on social media too. You can find her with the handle at Amanda Lynn Deal. That's at AmandaLynnDeal. While you're at it, check us out on social media too. We're at Lit Dark Podcast. That's LITDARK Podcast. Check out our website at litdarkpodcast.com. Special thanks for this episode goes to Sara Schneider, my manager, Jonathan Cooper, my graphic designer, Randall Lawrence, my producer, Nick Wilson at Bridge City Media and Design, Dan Stutzman for being you and all you do, Amanda Lynn Deal, my guest, and a very special thank you to all of you for listening. If you love this show, please show your support. Be sure to rate, share, comment, and please subscribe. We really appreciate your support. Thanks so much for listening.